They called it the Balam House, an abandoned estate hidden deep in the Carpathian woods, silent, untouched, and utterly wrong. In 1987, an entire government investigative team entered those walls. None of them came back. The only thing that ever escaped were the tapes. What you're about to hear was never meant to be released. These recordings were classified under the Psychological Containment Program, Case File 11B, Balam. For 36 years, they remained buried in the National Archives, sealed under the label unsafe for audit, until last winter when someone leaked them. What happened inside that manor was not an investigation. It was an encounter. Something ancient, older than language, older than fear itself, awoke beneath those walls. The manor was built in 1889 by Baron Dimitri Balam, a Romanian aristocrat, alchemist, and rumored occultist. He claimed to have discovered a formula to separate the human soul from the body and to bind it within mirrors. Locals called him the Whispering Baron. In the spring of 1891, the Baron hosted a midnight ritual with 6 guests. By morning, only one servant remained, found wandering the nearby forest, blind, and repeating a single phrase in Latin. Non est mortis, said vigilant. He is not dead, he watches. By 1930, the estate had been abandoned. Locals avoided the woods. They spoke of a humming sound under the soil, of black smoke seeping from cracks in the foundation. Then, in 1987, the Romanian State Research Division authorized a small team to re-enter the manor. Their mission, to study unexplained electromagnetic readings detected by satellite in the region. But what they found wasn't magnetic. It was conscious, a presence that reacted to their very thoughts. Tape 1A captured the first manifestation. A door slammed shut behind the team, even though the nearest window showed no wind movement. One investigator reported hearing his own voice whispering from behind him. At precisely 11:03 p.m., all analog compasses spun counterclockwise. For 47 seconds, every instrument recorded electromagnetic pulses forming a repeating pattern. When reversed, the audio formed a single phrase, "We never left." Temperature readings dropped by 21 degrees. Infrared footage later showed what appeared to be a humanoid outline standing directly behind the cameraman, even though all members were accounted for. At 11:50 p.m., the team located a hidden passage beneath the dining hall. The entrance had been sealed with a thin layer of cement, yet on the other side, the air was warm, humid, almost alive. On those walls, written in both Latin and a form of Proto-Slavic script, were the words, "Corpus non moritur, anima vincit." The body does not die, the soul conquers. Experts later confirmed that the sigil matched one found in the 13th century Codex de Tenebris Manus, a forbidden grimoire known for describing rituals of soul anchoring. But the team didn't know that. They only knew they weren't alone. At this exact moment, the tape recorded what later became known as the pulse, a single subsonic frequency, 19.2 Hz, known to trigger feelings of dread, panic, and hallucination. But this was no coincidence. The frequency repeated every 46 seconds, perfectly synchronized with the human heartbeat. Infrared shows a human-like silhouette, but inverted. Every time the camera pans, its outline lags, half a second behind reality. At 12:03 a.m., the entity made contact. Infrared shows a human-like silhouette, but inverted. Every time the camera pans, its outline lags, half a second behind reality. When the lights failed, only the audio kept running. For 30 minutes, the tapes captured scratching, whispering, and something like hundreds of nails dragging inside the walls. 3 days later, the recovery team arrived. All 7 members of the original crew were found seated in a circle, eyes open, no signs of trauma. Every clock inside the manor, including wristwatches, showed the same time, 2:46 a.m. Their bodies were intact, but the recordings told a different story. Thermal scans revealed burn-like impressions along their spines, patterns identical to the sigil found in the cellar. Tape 7, the final recording, was partially recovered. For 28 years, it remained sealed in an evidence vault marked analog horror, classified. When restored, it revealed a single sound, not mechanical, not human. The meaning remains debated. But one theory stands above all. The entity doesn't exist in time. It exists between time. Each playback of the tapes may act as a bridge, reopening what was sealed in 1987. If you hear whispering through your speakers tonight, turn off the lights. Unplug everything. And whatever you do, don't watch it twice.